So at the meet this weekend, I competed bench only. I got into it just a month out with no training. I wanted to see if I could get through a meet, experience the adrenaline, and be able to handle it without running out of the meet screaming and crawling into a hole for a week. And I honestly thought that something was going to happen. I was expecting something to happen, and I was actually banking on it happening, and it didn't. I thought that if I was to get through this meet, that this massive weight would be lifted off my chest. I thought that the last 4 years of all the shit that I've been through mentally, because it's been 4 years since I was on the platform, and it's been 4 years since I've been dealing with everything. I honestly thought that this weight would be lifted off my back, lifted off my chest. I would be able to live again and, feel like myself. I knew that I would get no release from, pushing the weight, because I didn't train for it. So I wasn't expecting to go in there and then hit like a big weight and then feel like myself again. Like, my goal was just getting through the meet and not having a panic attack and triggering all the other shit. And also getting through it, with my back being fine. And I went 3 for 3. I hit 363 on my third, which, whatever, I'm cool with that. No training, no back issues, everything was fine. So I proved to myself that I can get through a meet again, physically and mentally. So it gives me this hope that I can pursue. There's a number I have in mind, raw, that I very much want to chase. And going through this meet kind of proved to me that I can do that. But all of my cards, or all of my chips were in on something happening, and it didn't happen. I was expecting this huge, cathartic, emotional release. I thought that I was just going to have 4 years of depression and anxiety and all this mental stuff. I thought I was going to cry. I thought I was going to finally be able to cry. I thought I was going to be able to let it out. There was even Friday night before the meet, listening to certain songs, just thinking about everything I've been through the past 4 years. I was holding back tears, and I was just like, no, this is the platform. When I get off the platform, then is when I let this all go. And then the following morning, I competed at noon. So the following morning, there was a couple times again where, I was listening to certain songs that really evoked something in me. And, I was holding back crying. Like, I wanted to cry. I just wanted to let it all, just the tidal wave. I needed it. I needed that cathartic release. But I fucking stopped it. I was like, no, this is for the platform. The platform is where this is going to happen. So in my mind, I just saw, getting my third, maybe even my opener. I honestly felt that being on the platforming again would just release this burden for me. And first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, I was just fucking numb. As I always am, I was just fucking numb. I felt nothing. I couldn't have made myself cry if I wanted to. I was literally just numb. Like, I couldn't feel anything. And I was so fucking aggravated. I feel just as dead inside as I did before. Like, I was banking on it. My chips were in. I thought that after this meet, I could be myself. Like, I could get rid of this fucking burden these last 4 years, and it didn't happen. And I don't know what to do moving forward, because there's just this wall of fear and shame and anxiety and emotion. It's like the wall got put back up. Like, I don't know if I'm more angry because it didn't happen on the platform or because I could have had that release the day before or the morning of, and I stopped it because I wanted it to be on the platform. And I feel just as dead inside as I did before. So I honestly don't know what to do about that. Maybe if I, train 3 or 4 months for a meet and actually have something to walk away from, like an achievement, like if I beat an old PR, maybe that will trigger the release. But I honestly thought I was going to be free after. I thought this meet was going to free me from it. It was going to release the burden, but it never did. So that's where I'm at with that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some random day I'll get caught in the right thought and I'll just, just like cry for a half hour straight. Like I have 4 years of pent up negative, awful shit that needs to come out. And it didn't. And it didn't. So I don't know what needs to be done to make that happen. I mean, I'm already going to therapy. But if you made it this far through the video, and if you've been following me on any type of YouTube or social media, this is, you've seen the progress, or you've seen the whole story of how it's unfolded and how much I've struggled with it. So it's more of like an open journal or an open log. I'm not looking for I'm not looking for attaboys or fluffing or anything. I'm just trying to keep an open journal about this so I can look back on it when I eventually kick this shit. So that's how that went down. On to the next thing.